So today we're going to work on a new project, and we're going to create a complex shape using a couple of simple skills and tools. So for this project, what we're going to do is we're going to use the line tool, the construction option, the ellipse tool and the circles, offset planes, project convert, offset, and loft extrude and fillets, and we're going to come up with this shape in a very, very short amount of time. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the front and the right and only use the top. And we're going to go ahead and create a new sketch on here. And I'm going to view to normal so I can see it right here. I'm going to go ahead and use the line tool, and I'm going to create two lines. One will be a horizontal line at 20 millimeters. Got to be careful with that. 20 millimeters. And then my second line, using the line tool, will be a horizontal line, a vertical line, sorry, at 12 millimeters. Now, the reason I did that, and I'm going to turn this into construction lines first, and then I'm going to make sure the construction line is turned off, because I'm going to come in here to use the ellipse tool. The reason I did it is that it lets me to dimension my ellipse without having to worry about, the exact sizes and the verticals and the horizontal changes. So I'm going to click on the origin, stretch it out to the horizontal, and then to the vertical, and my shape is now done. So I'm done now with this shape. That's all I need to do. So let's go back to our isometric view. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an offset plane. So our first offset plane, whoops, I created a sketch. That's my bad. So my offset plane is going to be at 15 millimeters. Go. And I'm going to finish that sketch. And I'm going to go in here, create that new sketch on this offset plane. And I'm just going to use the project tool. And I'm just going to click on it on the ellipse that I first created. And it creates a shape for me automatically. Done. So I'm just going to go and create another offset plane. And this one is going to be at 10 millimeters. Okay. So now I have a 10 millimeter. Now with this 10 millimeter, I'm going to go ahead and create a new sketch on it. And I'm going to use the project tool again, just like that. But then I'm going to come in here and choose my offset tool. Now when I choose my offset tool, I'm going to click on the ellipse I just made. And I'm going to drag it in just a little bit, like that. And I'm going to make it 2.5 millimeters. And then I'm going to take my outside circle and make it a construction line. Done. So now we have this right here just like that. So now on plane 2, I'm going to come in here and create another offset plane at another 10 millimeters. Finish that off. Create a sketch on that plane. Use my project tool. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click on not the outside, but the inside shape. And now we have this right here. So we have 2 and 2 so far. So now we're going to finish that. We're going to go to plane number 4. So on plane 4, we're going to create another offset plane. And we're going to take this one 10 millimeters. Okay. At 10 millimeters, we're done. And I'm going to create now a new sketch on here. And I'm going to take my project tool. But instead of taking this one or this one, I'm going to go to the first one or the second one. And I'm just going to click on there. So we have these shapes now. Okay. So that finishes that. So plane 4, sketch 5 is now done. right. So I'm going to create another offset plane here. Plane 5 is going to be at 15 millimeters. Okay. So at 15 millimeters for plane 5. And we're going to come in here. And then I'm going to come in here, create a new sketch on here. And I'm going to use, again, my project tool on the line, on the ellipse below it. And then I'm done. One more offset plane for plane 6. And we're going to put this at 15 millimeters also. Just like that. All right, and now I'm going to work on this one. And I'm going to use another, go back to my sketch, make a sketch here on plane 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the circle tool. And I'm going to create a 10 millimeter circle on here. And now we have this here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to join all these shapes together using the Loft tool. And I'm going to go ahead and click on each one of the circles that I have with solid lines. And as you see, it's starting to build my shape of my bottle piece by piece. And now when I finish it, we have our shape. So I'm going to turn off all my planes. As you see, the planes are disappearing slowly. And now I have this shape. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to now create one more new sketch here on the very top. Okay. And here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to project that first 10 millimeter circle that I have, like that. And I should have my circle there now too. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take my extrude tool, click on here, and I'm going to change this to 10 millimeters. And now I'm almost done. So the last things we're going to do is we're going to add 2 fillets onto this. So we're going to go ahead and come to the bottom here. And I'm going to choose my fillet tool right here. And I'm going to fillet the bottom. And I'm going to add a 5 millimeter fillet to here. And I'm going to finish that off. And then I'm going to add one more. Now, sometimes the fillet here is a little rough. It doesn't actually take. If it happens, then it's up to you. But I like the way the fillet looks here for me. So I'm going to make sure I have the bottom here, fillet. I'm going to take here at 2.5 millimeters. And I'm going to finish that right there. And that completes my bottle. So now you can use any shape you want to customize this project into any shape that you want. Combining them with the Loft, it will join the geometry and create more complex shapes that you want. So go ahead and go out and try it out and let me know what you like. Have fun.